Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the 13th episode of the Poorly Planned Podcast. My name is Benedict. You probably know me better as VHL Hudson. Here we talk about movies and TV shows. And
what, are you not going to introduce me?
I will after the intro. I always do. Do you doubt me?
A little bit.
Okay, that's fair. Movies, TV shows, superhero stuff, bunch of nonsense. With me, as always, is my friend and co-host, Frederick.
The charming, the elusive, the seductive,
Frederick. Welcome back.
Thank you. It's great to be back.
Anyway, this one's gonna be bad. I can already feel it. How do we normally do this? I feel like we haven't done this in so long. Also, make sure your foot isn't kicking the mic stand. Anyway, this is professional. So as always, I feel like there's a transition usually here. How was your week?
My week was jolly good.
Okay, good.
We went to Lübeck.
We'll get to that. I have a little thing about that.
Okay.
So, as always, there are here we Jesus Christ, this is terrible. On the show, we usually do up front. We talk about the stuff we watched for the past 2 weeks or so, and then the news, and then sometimes we have a topic, sometimes we don't. This week we don't because there was a lot of news,
and we couldn't be bothered to find a topic.
Exactly. And there's also a pretty big announcement. Well, not announcement, really, just
big
like
announcement. No,
it's just like a notification that you should probably know at the end. But as always, there are time codes in the description, so you can skip around if there are spoilers, or if there's something you want to hear about, or if you're bored.
Yeah.
If you must be, you can skip around and stick around to the end because there's a little
teaser for you there.
Well, yeah, it's not a great thing, but it's just a thing to know going forward for a little bit. Anyway, enough dilly-dally. Shall we get into the mini reviews for what we watched in the past 2 weeks?
I think we should.
Now, first of all...
Now, why did you watch Bob Ross?
I watched a little bit of Bob Ross because the Deadpool 2 Bob Ross teaser
before the Deadpool came out.
came out, and I, as we talked about last time, I've never seen, like, I know of Bob Ross, but never really seen, like, anything.
Yeah.
And I watched, like...
I heard the name before, but I thought it was, like, some dictator. So not dictator, but some political dude.
He's such a dictator. I watched, there's some episodes on YouTube of just him painting. It's incredibly relaxing. It's like... Oh. it's so good.
It's... Oh, my eye.
But, like, he has such a...
soothing voice?
Yes, he has such a soft voice, and he's painting trees and shit, and it's just...
Oh, that's soothing right there.
It's very nice, so...
I think that's his description, Bob Ross. Painting trees and shit.
So, like, it's not, like, anything insanely exciting, but if you need to cool down or relax or something, it's very good.
Is that why you watch a lot of Bob Ross?
Yeah, I'm an angry man. Now, we are excited to talk about... Freddy's eating a tangerine, by the way, if you can hear any ASMR tangerine peeling in the background. We actually have the pleasure of... This week, we have a big movie that we both watched.
A very big movie, one might say, with a lot of big characters. We watched...
Wait. I gotta move the cord. We watched Murder
on the Orient Express.
It was... Oh, boy.
It was amazing.
In case you don't know, and you probably don't because this is more in our personal lives, but we do mention it occasionally on the podcast. We've been kind of, in our own time, making fun of this movie. It's because the first trailer where Kenneth Branagh says, "My name is Hercule Poirot,
and I am probably the best detective in the world."
It's pretty good. That turned very German towards the end. We've both been very excited to see it finally, to see how Hercule would play out, and I have to say...
we could just say that he steps in shit in the first 2 minutes.
Terrible scene.
It's just him walking, and then suddenly... he looks down, and then he takes another foot, because everything has to be equal. And it's just very
That's
good.
a pretty good opening scene, actually. But anyway, so just know we were very excited going in, and I have to say, it did deliver. It was It was quite good. So first of all, actual, genuine, like, good things about it. It was amazing. No. It looked amazing, like all the shots of, like, the train and all that. That's fantastic. Yeah. The cast was great. There were some standouts, if we do have to say so.
Some very much standouts.
Josh Megad.
Josh Megad.
Well, first of all, Kenneth Branagh is amazing as Hercule Poirot. He's very
his
funny.
His mustache is so distracting.
His mustache is pretty bad, but he's very funny. He's very charming. He's a, like, believable and interesting character. Maybe he's not believable. He's a little over the top.
Maybe he's not interesting.
But, you know.
Maybe we hate him.
He's believable enough, but interesting enough to be a movie character, you know?
Oh, I know.
The other characters, there was Michelle Pfeiffer. She was pretty good.
She's the Ray?
No. That's Daisy Ridley.
Then
she was the blonde one.
She's in it.
Who's kind of annoying. Yeah.
Oh, Michelle Pfeiffer, was she the
blonde? Yeah. All right. How about let's say non-spoilers, but should we get into spoilers now? So if you haven't seen it, go watch it. It's a good bit of fun. Not only if you have an inside joke about how weird Hercule Poirot and Josh Gad are, but if you just want to have a good time with a mystery film, it's quite fun. So I'd recommend go seeing it. So spoilers from now on. So first of all,
the woman who takes off her wig, is that?
Yeah, that's Michelle Pfeiffer.
What? I thought that was Daisy Ridley.
No, Daisy Ridley's Ray.
What?
God damn it, man.
No. Okay.
Leslie Odom Jr. as the Doctor, I think. He was
Junior.
He was pretty good. Depp was in it.
Depp was so
Sneaky
good.
Depp.
A sneaky Depp. The movie has sneakily been making a lot of money.
That's a great headline. Johnny Depp was surprisingly good for the time he was there, and Josh Gad.
Surprisingly? What's that supposed to mean?
Josh Gad was also surprisingly. I didn't think he was going to be good. He was
by far the highlight. By far the KSI to this movie.
We'll talk about that. He was actually quite good. He has a scene where he kind of breaks down. It's pretty good, as Josh Gad will tend to do. Now there is a scene, if we have to say, there's a scene where Poirot, in his mystery-solving ways, is chasing a hooded figure, and in the movie, I turned to Frederick and I whispered, "There's no way that's Josh Gad, because Josh Gad cannot run that fast."
Josh Gad can't move. And it's so dumb. They keep the figure hidden,
but then they just
wait. Okay. You think it's Josh Gad, but you keep him hidden, right? For like 2 minutes, so you're like, oh, maybe it's not Josh Gad, and it's fucking Josh Gad.
And then Josh Gad just lands in his face in the snow.
It's so dumb.
Now, just to be clear, we're not fat shaming Josh Gad, because he's not even that fat. He's a little, he's a little chubby, but
a little bit on the chubby side.
He could not run that fast. This is not a weird hate thing.
It's just a fact.
It's just realistic. And also, who do you think would be faster? Josh Gad being the man he is, or Kenneth Branagh being the 100-year-old man that he probably is? I'm gonna say
answer that.
Yeah, do you think Branagh could, at one point, I believe he hits a gun out of someone's hand with a cane or something?
Nah,
I think Branagh has the force to do that these days.
I don't think he can lift his cane.
It's just insulting the cast. It's a great movie. Very good time. I do want to say, the mystery, did you solve it? Who did the murder?
Towards the end, I did.
About halfway through, I figured it out, because...
don't play detective with me, BHL.
Well, not because of,
I heard BHL saying it was Doug.
Who's Doug?
Isn't that his friend? Mr. Duke?
Oh, probably. I don't know. I don't remember that guy. But, it wasn't because of, I'm such a great detective. It's just logically... the movie would not work if it was not this answer. So it turns out in the end, if you don't know, everyone is the murderer on the Orient Express, because Johnny Depp killed this baby, and they were all affected by the death of that baby. And then, but about halfway through...
There's too many coincidences.
Well, it's revealed that, pretty much everyone on the train has some connection to the baby that Johnny Depp murdered. And I was like, well, it must be all of them then, because it would be so weird if...
Because Depp would just kill one.
It would be so weird if, all these people who are connected to the baby... were on the same train at the same time with the same killer. That would just be completely insane. So, yeah. I think it was a good mystery for most of it.
And it certainly doesn't set up the next movie.
Okay, fine. Let's talk about that. At the end, Hercule gets off the train.
He's like, finally some vacation. And
then someone's like, hey, you want to go to the Nile?
And you're like, hell yeah.
Let's get f***ed up. And then he goes off to the Nile. I would gladly see a sequel to this. This was good fun.
Branagh riding a crocodile.
Yes, oh my god. I really love Kenneth Branagh, and I think he did a great job directing and starring in it. It's a little slow in the middle, but overall it's a lot of fun. It's well made.
And it's worth it for that Gad run.
It is. The costumes and the sets and stuff.
It
looks great. So
and Depp's got a little scar here and there. It's just very rugged.
That's attention to detail.
Yeah, I know.
So I will say last thing, the scene where they show the flashback of all of them gang stabbing Depp.
Yeah.
It's kind of
poor Depp.
It's kind of it's a little.
Just imagine being Depp. You're just having your nighttime sleep, and then you look up and just whoa,
just Gad standing over you. Along with Daisy Ridley.
No, it's just Gad.
It's just Gad.
Gad said their name before he stabbed them. He's like, and this is for Daisy. This is for Junior.
So overall, a good time. I would recommend. All right,
too.
now we're back. Time code. So I watched Kingsman 2 again. I got it on iTunes, and it is pretty much exactly the same as I thought. The only thing is,
were you expecting it to change?
I thought there'd be a different movie.
Much better.
Well, the thing is, there's so much good stuff in that movie. I'd call it overall just like a frustrating film because the action is like, you know, that opening part with the Prince music in the car,
Yeah.
and the bar fight and the end fight with the Elton John music. That's great. And some character stuff where there's a scene where Eggsy and what's his name, Harry, are talking on the plane, and Harry's talking about like how he felt when he was shot. Mm-hmm. Probably a lot of pain, I would assume.
Probably very blissful.
And that's great. Like, that's a really interesting scene. But then there's stuff like just take the princess storyline out, because that feels weird and out of place. And take Elton John out.
Yeah, Elton John was just so dumb.
God. And then it's a pretty good movie. Like, the villain isn't great. The plot sometimes doesn't make sense. Channing Tatum's in it for like a weird amount of time, like that being nothing. I'm pretty sure Elton John is in the movie more than Channing Tatum.
Yeah, poor Channing.
And
I didn't think it was the actual Elton John to begin with.
No, it was. That's the whole that's their gimmick. They're like, look, we got Elton John to say, go fuck yourself to what's her face, Julianne Moore. Isn't that hilarious? Because he does it 50 times in the movie.
Yeah.
And then at the end, he helps defeat he does some karate, and it's just, it's so, God.
So dumb.
Like that final action scene where they're going through Poppy's like village thing, and
like if you just kidnapped Elton and made him play music, fine.
Yeah, but then like I think that's a great example of like the contrast of the great and the bad in that film, because when Eggsy and Harry are just like teaming up shooting people, it's so amazing, and then it cuts to Elton doing like karate moves, and it's like, it's so dumb and not fun. It's clearly meant to be funny, and it is not. So
it's very dramatic.
Yeah, and also the president storyline with the like stacking people in giant CGI cages is so dumb. Spoilers, by the way, if you haven't seen it, I guess. Yeah. Sorry. But that's not that bad. Also, if you haven't seen it by now, what are you doing?
Also, in the end, was Pedro bad, or was he good?
He was, well, spoilers, he was definitely bad.
Was he?
Because he's like...
I thought he was just... like, I wasn't really paying attention to what he was saying.
Well, he's like...
I was just staring at that stash. But like,
it's a quite a good stash. He's like, my high school sweetheart.
I feel like he went,
He just stopped working. It's like, my high school sweetheart was shot by drug dealers when she was pregnant with my little boy. That's my Pedro. Thank you very much.
Very good, Pedro.
Thank you. Also, there's a weird sex scene in it. It's just, there's so many bad things in it, weirdly. I still enjoy it because I love these characters so much. And also how Roxy and JB
just get killed.
It's so...
You think they're dead?
I think Roxy might come back, but it's just... I think his mate Brandon might come back, who's destroyed in that building.
Poor Brandon.
Like, I love the characters from the first film so much. Like, I enjoyed seeing them again. Yeah. But it's just... I hope if they make a next one, it's going to be better.
My boy Merlin.
My boy Merlin. God, so, yeah, we'll see. Also, I do want to ask, and I put this out on Twitter, how is anyone still alive in the Kingsman universe? So the first film, spoilers for these, I guess. First film, Samuel L. Jackson sends out a phone signal that makes everyone a crazy serial killer that murder people. Like, then everyone tries to kill each other. Probably half the world's population died in, like, the 10 minutes that was activated. Also... You know how Eggsy's mom is like about to kill his sister? Mm-hmm. Think of all the moms who were not told to lock their baby in the bathroom. So many children died. Like, every kid in the world was murdered by their parents, probably. And then, in the second one, anyone who's ever taken drugs ever, basically, is about to die, or some people, like, you see some of them die. So, again, the world must have, like, 100 million people in it at this point.
Yeah.
God, it's so weird. Also, in the first movie, Obama's evil, and in this movie, there's a new president who's also evil.
Who's Trump?
Who's maybe Trump? I don't know. So yeah, it's still give it like a 6.9 out of 10 just because I had fun, but
it's worse than Black Mass.
It is, but I wish it was better. Watch Baby Driver again. No need to talk about it. We've already talked about it a lot. It's one of my favorite movies.
I got one.
Oh, go on.
The season 5 of Vikings came out.
Nerd.
On the History Channel, right? On HBO. And, God damn, it's good.
I see trailers for it.
It's with Ivar. Like, he's a bit... At first, when Ivar the Boneless came around, I
love the Boneless.
I thought he was a bit overdramatic, bit bit annoying. But
Tone it down, the boneless.
Get some bones.
Stop it.
Billy Bones.
Stop it. Move it a little bit closer to the mic.
But now he's like so evil, and it's wonderful. But are you gonna watch Vikings?
It looks a bit but it looks a bit like a Game of Thrones.
Well, it's based on actual people.
Yes, I know Vikings were real.
No. But like
I live in Denmark.
The main guy and stuff like that, Ragnar Lothbrok.
Well, I keep seeing these YouTube ads where if you're in move a little further away. If you're in Scandinavia, they have these HBO Nordic ads where there's this handsome chiseled guy in a library, and he's like, "So you think you Danes are
so
peaceful
sexy.
people?" Well, it wasn't always like that. And then it cuts to Vikings doing.
I haven't seen that one.
Really? Oh,
Yeah.
it's pretty good. Anyway,
Wait, I have
probably
a
watch
question.
that. No.
So people in Germany and France, they don't have HBO,
No, they must.
but like,
They wouldn't let that slide.
but
Macron wouldn't let that slide.
who?
Macron, the French
I
president.
thought you said Macron.
Macron.
Runaways.
Oh yeah, I started watching Marvel's Runaways, the new Hulu show, which is on HBO Nordic. It's great, surprisingly, which is really weird. I thought it was going to be because Marvel TV is very hit or miss. Like Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. is, I really like the last season, but it's a bit on and off, like how good it is.
Iron Fist.
Iron Fist is bad, but like
the Punisher.
Punisher's great. Inhumans is apparently terrible. I'm gonna have to watch that soon. So I was like, this is probably gonna be just a generic like. So basically, if you don't know what the Runaways are, based on a comic where they're like 5 or 6 teenagers, and they're all kind of something happened in their past, and they were friends. Now they're not friends. And some of them maybe have powers. Maybe spoilers. I don't know. And then they find out their parents are all supervillains. And then
and then they have to fight their parents.
Yeah, and so
Do they live with their parents, or are they like
they do?
Nah, bro.
No, the parents don't know that they find out. They're like doing it in secret.
Oh shit.
My God, dog. So I've seen like 3 episodes. It's really actually great so far. Like I think you should check it out. It's quite fun. It's like, God, if you hear a dog screaming in the background,
It'll be put down.
hopefully. It's like the teen stuff, like the interactions. It feels like real, and like they feel like actual friends. And the special effects when they're there, and like the kind of superhero stuff, that it's not there a lot, but it's good so far. I don't know. It's a good fun time. It's set in the Marvel universe, but it has like no connections at all. They haven't even mentioned like Iron Man or anything. So I'd recommend.
And then you know shit is real. If you don't,
Downey Jr. So I'd recommend definitely checking out the Runaways. Go for it. Ignore the chewing. All right, get away from the mic. So now let's get into the news for the week, or the last 2 weeks. I don't know. First of all, there was a petition. There's been a petition for Zack Snyder's Justice League cut to be like released on DVD and that kind of stuff. So because Joss Whedon kind of came in to do it, there's a bit of news around this. Like it would take a lot to actually put it together. Like it would cost a lot more money, and Justice League is already going to lose like $200 million. It's estimated.
Really?
It's going to be the lowest grossing DCEU movie so far, probably.
It's horrible.
Less than Man of Steel, which is kind of insane.
Well, how much has it made so far?
It's at like 580, but also domestic, it's doing quite poorly. So.
And how much did it cost to make?
Like, they say like 250, but it's probably a lot more because of all the reshoots that's do and like Henry Cavill's stash. So people are like, people didn't like it. Are like, put out the Zack Snyder cut where it's darker and grittier and stuff. And like, if you look at earlier trailers before Zack Snyder left, you can see that like, it does look different and like darker and more black and not. And Superman's suit is obviously probably less colorful, but.
Oh, didn't he have the black suit?
Maybe people don't know. So, now what do you think of that? There were also some deleted scenes that were leaked online already. For some reason I couldn't find them, which is weird because I can find everything.
Because I went digging.
Warner Brothers taking them down everywhere. There's one where Barry Allen, you know in the trailer where he like pokes a window and like the glass shatters.
Yeah.
That leaked online. There's like 5 others.
Wasn't that in the movie?
Yeah, that looked great. So I don't know. There's a bunch of other stuff, and people want to see this. Do you think they should do that?
I think you should. You should do that.
I think they should break into Zack Snyder.
I personally probably wouldn't end up watching it because
I'd watch it because I have to.
I couldn't care less, but
because I'm not a nerd. Also, there are going to be some misspellings here, so please don't make fun of me for it.
Oh, now you know I have to make fun of it.
Where were we?
Oh yeah.
All right, yeah. So I would watch it, not because The thing is, though, people are like, give us the Zack Snyder cut, but everyone hated the Zack Snyder movie, like Batman v Superman. Not everyone, okay?
Also, how's
Zack Snyder?
Zack Snyder doing on top of his?
He's better, I think.
I talked to him yesterday.
He's pretty good. I think he's making a new movie called Photograph.
It's just a picture of him taking a picture.
I'd watch that. But, I mean, some people like the Snyder movies. That's not fair. A lot of people like them, but a lot of people also do not like them. So I would watch it because I'm interested to see what it was before Whedon came on, but I don't think it would necessarily be better or worse. For me, it would probably be worse because I enjoyed the kind of cartoony, lighter tone, but I don't know. We'll see.
I enjoy the grittiness.
I'm a real man. I seriously doubt they'll do it, though. Next thing, Jude Law is apparently going to be in Captain Marvel, probably.
As Captain Marvel?
No, Captain Marvel is a woman. So, Captain Marvel is played by Brie Larson, but Jude Law...
Is she a good actress?
What just happened? Do you guys have a stroke?
As good? No.
All right. Yes, she is. She won an Oscar.
Oh, very good.
So Jude Law...
Is she the one in...
Let me talk about Jude Law!
Why do I feel like Jude
Let a
Law
man have his law!
I am the law. That's what Jude yells.
Every time Jude Law enters a room, he yells, I am the law! I wish. Anyway, so basically in the comics... I don't know a lot about Captain Marvel comics, but in the comics there's a character called Mar-Vell, who is an alien.
Mar-Vell.
Very good, yeah. Alien who then mentors Carol Danvers, aka the new Captain Marvel. And apparently that's going to be the Jude Law role. So sometimes that is apparently also a little romantic, so good,
so
good for Jude.
Jude is going to get him. I'm trying to think of a pun word.
You can't. You so can't. So that I like Jude Law. He seems cool. He's in the new King Arthur movie, or he was. They removed him now.
The final cut, he was like, nope.
He's the new Dumbledore, or the young Dumbledore. Sure, why not? I'm sure it'll be good.
I always follow the law.
Stop it.
Lizzy fish.
Lizzy
Caplan's a fish.
Lizzy Caplan is gonna be in the Gambit movie. Now
Gambit?
I only bring this up because Lizzy Caplan.
I love Lizzy.
Well, Lizzy Caplan is in our favorite movie of all time, Now You See Me Too. She's the girl in that.
I thought that was really. I
yes.
like her.
I believe. Let me look up my boy Lizzy first.
I thought her name was something else. Oh no!
Yeah, no,
you are damn right. Also, is Jurassic World out?
No, I think it's coming out tonight. It's not gonna be out. Yeah,
damn it. Yeah, we'll talk
about it. All right, yeah. So Lizzy Caplan, sure, whatever. Gambit sounds like it's coming along nicely. Although actually they just delayed the production, so maybe it's not. Who knows? James, this is not a real news story. I just saw the headline. I thought it was funny. James Cameron almost beat up Harvey Weinstein with his Oscar. Now, I don't know what that means. I don't know the context, but I love it. Go James. Denis Villeneuve, which I don't know if that's how you pronounce it.
It's clearly Denis Villeneuve.
is interested in directing a one of those non-saga Star Wars films that Rian Johnson's going to be
overseeing. Now, is this a man or a woman?
Denis, that's a man.
That's Dennis.
Well, he's French.
Then it's still Dennis.
He's one of the best directors, I'd say, working today. He did Arrival, which I'd give like a 10 out of 10 to. He did Blade Runner 2049, which is like a 9.8. And a bunch of other stuff that's also apparently great that I haven't seen.
So,
Sicario.
Oh, that's a good movie.
Prisoners with Hubert.
Oh,
Jackman. We actually do have some Jackman news later on.
Very good.
Let's see.
I should Thwaites pick.
Stop it. Yeah, so I would be totally down for that. I don't know if they would give it to him because Blade Runner 2049 kind of lost a lot of money, but I think it would be great, and I think it would totally do like a different thing with Star Wars, so I'd love to see that. The new Tarantino film is coming out in August 2019.
Who does it have?
We don't know yet. But the rumors were Brad Pitt, Tom Cruise, bunch of people.
That's going to be good.
It's set in the year 1969, kind of revolving around the Manson murders, kind of not. Looking forward to it. I love that. We have some more Tarantino news later. Actually, we could just do that now. It'd be easier. Tarantino is developing a Star Trek film.
Oh, why?
Which is really weird.
Aaron.
He was talking to J.J. Abrams, and he was like, hey, wouldn't this be cool for a Star Wars movie? And J.J. Abrams was like, let's do it.
He slapped him.
No! Stop it, Quentin.
Get it together, Quentin.
And so they're making it. I don't know if he's directing. I doubt he would. He doesn't really...
I think he's starring.
He doesn't. Does he do genre movies generally? I don't think. No, he doesn't. And he might write it, which would be good. But that sounds good. Again, I don't care about Star Trek. I'll be honest. I've never gotten into it.
It's got Chris Pine.
It does. Well, the last movie was great, but I mean, like, just in general, I've never seen the 50 TV shows or the.
Yeah.
There's the new one, Star Trek Discovery, is apparently really good. But I don't know. I can't get into it. Maybe I will someday. But anyway, that sounds pretty good. Go Taran.
Go Taran. Now.
Okay, here we go. So
Thwaites pick.
The news that many people. Can you check my phone to me?
Yes.
Many people sent us this news. We appreciate it, by the way. There was.
Have you showed me this news?
There was some Brenton. I did.
Oh, I just forgot. Oh no.
Yeah, no, you don't. Some Brenton Thwaites news. Oh shit! There was a first look at X-Men Dark Phoenix. Oh. All right, we'll talk about that in a second. What did you send me on Instagram?
Just check it out. Check it out.
No.
Check it out.
There's some a Brenton Thwaites. Okay, anyway. We love Brenton Thwaites here on the show because his name is hilarious. He's one of us.
One of us goons. One of us
one of the boys. And
we go out cracking open a cold one with Thwaites.
We keep a tab on Thwaites whenever he does anything, and we were hoping that he would do something this week, and he did. There was a new pic of Thwaites as
full stop.
There was a new pic of Thwaites as Robin for the new Titan show. So I guess he's going to transition into Nightwing. Honestly, jokes aside, it looks pretty cool. Like it does. It looks like a decent costume, but jokes in. It's Thwaites.
Jokes again outside.
So yeah, if you don't want to know my thoughts, it looks cool. I think that's neat. Now, just some people who let us know about this. Georg3SW on Instagram said, "Tell Freddie his dream has come true, and can I get a shout out on the podcast?"
Well,
for Thwaites, you can.
Anything for Thwaites.
We allow it. Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Also, pretty sure Teen Movie Geek said on Twitter that
guy's
our
so
predictions.
Active.
He's pretty great. I like that guy. That our prediction came true. So great.
What prediction?
That Thwaites would rise from his dormancy this week. So awesome.
Damn it.
What?
Michael Caine didn't die.
We predicted that Michael Caine would. I was gonna say kill someone. Would die. Sorry, Mr. Caine. We're glad that you're still with us.
No, we're not.
Okay, so we just spent about 5 minutes having the best banter of our lives while not recording. I blame Freddie somehow, even though I have the computer.
Well,
that's bound.
You thwaited it. You really did thwait it.
That's bound to happen at some point. We've never had that mistake actually.
No.
I saw that the thing wasn't
You are
counted.
the mistake.
Oh boy.
What did we talk
All right, let's have that epic banter again.
Oh, yeah.
There's a Harley Quinn movie in the works.
Oh, hey!
Hey, but there are too many because now there are 4.
Oh, but you, why don't you like Harley Quinn, BHL?
Because she's kind of grating and didn't really like her, but everyone else likes her, so hell yeah. Luckily, these were not big pieces of news. Fantastic Beasts 2, there were new pics. It looks like Eddie Redmayne is pissing in one of them.
Oh,
that was so hilarious the first time I said it.
He's pissing white. And
he's sitting there with
sitting there with Justin Timberlake.
But it's really Jude Law.
You got psyched.
This is so better. So much better the first time. Jude Law's wearing a dumb hat. We didn't say that before, so I'll mention it now. I feel like it needs to be said. And Eddie Redmayne looks like a real...
Looks like he's having cramp in his right leg.
It does. Great. Okay. Now, there were some X-Men... it was a new cover for X-Men Dark Phoenix for Entertainment Weekly.
Is she naked?
She is naked. All right, well. Okay, so this is pretty much where we left off. Do not kick the mic. So...
I know I have to kick the mic.
So, that looks... Okay. That looks like... Soapy
You're just so staring at the cleavage. That looks passable.
I do want to say that now that we're on the topic of X-Men
cleavage
of X-Men Dark Phoenix, this movie is really like weird to me. I don't know why, but it feels like But did I mention we're just doing news this week, by the way?
Yeah, you did.
Okay, we're just doing news this week, by the way. It feels like the last movie like ended the I don't feel like McAvoy and Fassbender and Jennifer Lawrence are coming back, but they are. You know, I don't know.
No, it's weird.
I don't know. Like I feel like X-Men Apocalypse like totally ended it, and then
I don't remember the ending.
Well, they're like, now we're in the danger room and we're fighting imaginary robots or whatever. And I'm bald now. That's my McAvoy.
That's my Fassbender.
And it's just like, I don't know. It's going to be so weird to see them again because I feel like that completely capped it off. So I'm actually quite excited.
Captain America did off.
I'm actually quite excited to see like where this goes now. So
I think
I'm
Sophie's
interested.
gonna do herself a gooding.
That was not English. Moving on.
Disney's Little Mermaid gets a director.
Okay.
Now
I need
who
to
is
make
Disney?
I need to make a disclaimer. I wrote this very quickly last night when I was very tired. Stop it. I know
Hugh Jackman.
So there are a lot of spelling mistakes in my notes, and I forgot to correct them. So Frederick is going to continuously make fun of me. So if you hear him saying some nonsense words, it's probably something I misspelled.
Hugh Jackman.
Next, first news: Disney's Little Mermaid gets a director, or has like a rumored director. It's probably going to be Rob Marshall, your favorite man.
Why does he sound like some army director?
Rob Marshall. He directed Into the Woods and Pirates 4. I feel like we talk about this guy way too much.
Yeah.
Way more than Rob Marshall deserves. And he's also doing something upcoming that we talked about.
Yeah.
Oh, the Mary Poppins 2.
Ah.
So
Poor Rob.
I don't like Pirates 4 or Into the Woods, so I'm not very excited
I like
for that.
Pirates 4.
Live action on Little Mermaid. Do you care?
Not really.
Do you care about the original Little Mermaid?
I do.
I do not currently.
I'm not feeling it today.
I don't.
It's good.
I don't
Do
get.
you like the second one?
I've never seen the second one.
It's Ursula's sister.
I actually think I have seen that. Now that you mention it,
And
that
she
sounds familiar.
She gets frozen.
Does she get Elsa'd?
Anyways,
Alright.
guys, I just fired PHL.
He's leaving the room. So, yeah, I mean, I guess they're making live action remix of everything, which makes it feels kind of pointless to me, you know? Like I totally understand remaking The Jungle Book or even like Cinderella because those are movies with like fun ideas that really don't have a story. Like they're kind of like kids movies from like
You know that Cinderella?
they're like kids movies from like the 50s and 60s, and like those you can do new stuff with them. But like with Beauty and the Beast, that's already a pretty great film. Remaking it,
What about Snow White?
yeah, you could. Well, they did that one.
Dinklage just a bunch of times.
They did that one with Hemsworth where it's like Snow White and the Huntsman. Anyway,
Oh,
irrelevant.
yeah.
Beauty and the Beast, I actually enjoyed the new one, but it did feel like really pointless. Like it's just basically the same thing again. And I feel like The Lion King, even though I really enjoyed The Jungle Book, I feel like it's just like The Lion King is a great story that like you can't really add much to it. You know, it feels like doing the same thing again. So I feel like that's gonna be with this. But hope I'm proven wrong by Mr. Marshall. Now,
Hugh Jackman was almost Bond.
Hugh Jackman.
Who's Jackham?
Hugh Jackman was almost James Bond.
It's such a dramatic note. Hugh Jackman was almost Bond.
What do you think of that? Do you think Australian Bond would have worked? Has there ever been a non-British Bond?
I don't think so.
Because
And thank God.
people said for a while like, I don't know. I remember someone said Chris Pratt, which is
Well,
the
is
worst
Pierce
thing.
Brosnan British?
He's Irish, I think. Or Welsh. I don't know. One of those made-up countries over there.
Or Greenlandian?
Now that's a made-up country. Do you think Jackman would have worked as Bond? I don't.
I think.
I mean, I would have liked to see it, but
I mean, I would have watched if I had to. No, because he'd be all like, where my alligator at, mate?
I see all this with Wolverine. Jackman just seems like too nice of a person. Like I know he's Wolverine, and I realize that statement doesn't really make any sense now. But I just think of Jackman in real life, and like any interview or any like story you hear about him, he just seems like the most delightful person. I want Jackman as my father.
Any story, yeah. Oh.
Oh God.
But like, he seems a bit awkward in some interviews, doesn't he?
He just
Have you
seems
seen
like
the one on
nicest
Graham
guy.
Norton where it's Fassbender, McAvoy, and him?
Of course
He's
I
such
have.
a third wheeler. He is.
He is the truck. Have you seen the one where he's there with Stewart and McKellen?
That's a good one.
That's good. Anyway, why are we talking about Graham Norton episodes? I love Hugh Jackman. Marry me, Hugh. So, but I don't think he would have worked as Bond.
I don't think he would have married me.
He probably would have. Next thing, Kurt Russell.
Kurt Russell? What am I
Yeah,
saying?
I gave you a good pause for that.
Yeah, Kurt Russell.
Is going to be Santa in an upcoming Netflix Santa movie.
It's going to be Santa, full stop.
Just in a mall somewhere. This is not really important remotely. I just threw this thing, so
You, Kurt.
I was just throwing in as much as I could. Do you think Kurt Russell works as Santa Claus? Yeah, I think he does. He has that nice, jovial, spirit, and also in
He was Ego, right?
yeah, in Guardians 2, he had that great Santa-esque beard.
Oh, very good.
So I think it's a very nice.
He's very creepy without the beard, isn't he?
Oh, he isn't.
He's
without the beard for most of the time.
Is he?
Yeah.
Well.
Also, so X-Men Dark Phoenix, they're going to outer space? Oh, very good. That sounds actually great. I'm very excited for that. Anyway.
Finally.
I really want to see a trailer for that. Wow. I am interested. Consider me interested, Fox. You sons of bitches.
I feel like Jackman's gonna make a surprise appearance.
In space. Just the actor Jackman.
As a rock. As a Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
Did you see the new Deadpool video?
Brazil tattoos?
Where he
I did not.
It's okay. It's Deadpool sitting in a chair, and he's, he has a bit of the classic Deadpool banter. It's very good.
So, yeah, I just said that. I watched a Deadpool video, which is not new, I don't think, which is like a parody, where it's like a parody of Gaston and LeFou's song, where it's like,
Don't finish that sentence.
No one kicks ass like Deadpool, no one quips like Deadpool.
I'm gonna cut this out. Just so you know.
Yeah, that's actually pretty good.
Well, I've never seen that, and I never will.
And then Rogue gets in there, like not the actual Rogue, but it's the actual Deadpool.
Well,
this has been a fun podcast.
I'll be burning this computer now. So basically the video was Deadpool. He's like, hey, if you're going to Brazil at Comic-Con, get some Deadpool tattoos for free. It's very good.
I feel like that's exactly what he said.
That would be great if it's just a 6-second video. So I'm sure lots of people will be doing that. That's probably a bad mistake to make, get a Deadpool tattoo. But hey, you do you. I feel like all of our listeners have Deadpool tattoos on their foreheads. Baby Driver 2.
What is this? Is Baby Driver 2 actually happening?
Well, maybe.
That'd be a horrible, horrible idea. Can I just say?
I agree. I just read the thing. So Edgar Wright is saying, like, yeah.
Edgar, that's the wrong move. You get it?
I get it. So basically, because Baby Driver was so well received and made so much money on a pretty small budget, they want to make a second one. Return of the Griff, I hope it's called. And Edgar Wright said, he was like, yeah, there are already plans some kind of second one. I hope I'd be able to write it, but I'm sure he'd be able to write it, but I hope I'll get to write it. His hands are cut off. But he was like, well, I kind of want to work on other stuff, and, yada, yada, yada. So that is a bad idea, I think. A, Baby Driver with anyone other than Edgar Wright, I don't think it works.
And two, the first movie ended so perfectly.
Yeah, it's exactly. I don't want to use this example because
making a sequel to Bad Boys 2.
But like they talked about doing a Hot Fuzz sequel, and he was like, I don't really know if we could do it because where do you go with it? Because the characters basically have their arcs and like the story is finished.
And they die?
No. But
that'd be good.
That would be great. I want to see Peg die. But
it's like the thing they're making a Mamma Mia 2.
I've never seen Mamma Mia.
Like, don't do that.
'Cause I have better things to do. But with Baby Driver, just spoilers for Baby Driver. He goes through like his adventure. He has a good time, and now the whole point is like he wants like a happy ending, basically. Yeah. Like me, my music, and the road. And then he gets it at the end. Spoilers. Spoilers for Baby Driver. And then, he gets it at the end, and that's perfect. Like that's a great ending. And
maybe
especially
Deborah takes all his money.
Just leaves him.
She drives over his foot.
But also, without Edgar Wright, I don't think that movie works. He's what makes that movie, because his attention to detail with the songs and I feel like it would feel like a cheap knockoff. So as much as I love Baby Driver, and as much as it's one of my favorite films ever, I honestly do not want to see a sequel. So don't do it, Edgar. I know you want to. We already talked about Tarantino. Hellboy gets a release date of January 2019.
And who was it? Josh Brolin playing Hellboy?
No, it's the sheriff from Stranger Things, who's actually pretty good.
Discount Josh Brolin.
David Harbour. So that's it's not a great sign, is it? January? That's where the worst movies come out.
I thought all the Oscar movies came out in January.
Well, they come out in December, and then here in Denmark they come out in January.
Okay.
That's not a great sign. Because, January is the dumping ground for
movies?
Yeah, the worst that Hollywood has, terrible horror movies and bad comedy sequels and stuff. So hopefully this might break the trend. But actually, Kung Fu Panda 3 came out in January, I think. But, exactly. But when you see a January release date,
of all the Kung Fu Pandas, which is the worst one?
3.
Yeah.
I have made my point. We'll see. Disney's live-action Mulan got cast with Liu...
Yeah, say that. Say that with flow.
With Liu Yifei. Liu Yifei? I don't know. She hasn't been in anything I think either of us have seen except for The Forbidden Kingdom, which is that Jackie Chan...
I haven't seen that.
Shia LaBeouf white boy movie where he goes to like some kind of ancient China or something. I don't know. We talked about it recently.
I refuse to watch that.
I refuse to listen to what you're saying. Sure. Fine. Again, live action Mulan. Are you interested?
Yeah. As long as they put I'll Make a Man Out of You.
I think it's not going to have songs.
Well, then no.
It's kind of pointless. Who do you get as the dragon? The Eddie Murphy dragon.
We still get Eddie Murphy.
Was it Eddie Murphy?
It is Eddie Murphy.
It is currently Eddie Murphy. He's still recording to this day.
I think so, isn't it?
I believe so. We're going to look like such racists if he's not.
It's Eddie Murphy's brother.
All right, look away.
Edward Murphy.
Murphy Eddie. The National Board of Review revealed their top 10 movies, so look away.
Didn't we already look at this?
Yeah,
this is ranked?
But we didn't talk about it in the pod. So, in no particular order. Baby Driver, great, definitely deserves to be on there. Call Me By Your Name, which I believe is the gay romance movie. I'll look that up, but I'm pretty sure it's that. Apparently that's amazing. I'll see it when I can. It still hasn't come out here. Again, every Oscar movie comes out like January, February here in Denmark, so that kind of sucks. The Disaster Artist, the new James Franco, Seth Rogen movie about the making of The Room.
Yeah.
Very, very good. Downsizing, pretty sure it's Matt Damon in it. All right. Dunkirk.
Very good.
Great. Dunkirk was great. The Florida Project, haven't seen it. Get Out, definitely deserves to be there. Lady Bird, apparently amazing, haven't seen it. Logan, have seen it, is amazing. Phantom Thread, no idea what that is. So of those, I've seen...
Let me see,
I've seen 4, which is pretty good. And I think I've seen pretty much all of them by
3.
2 months from now. 3?
I've seen 3.
You haven't seen...
I haven't seen Dunkirk.
Yeah,
you
should. It's great. Yeah, so that's... That's that. I feel like we really should have had someone to add to that. Sure, great, whatever. Disney is pulling the Olaf short from the front of Coco.
No!
I know that's the only reason you're going to see Coco.
God damn it.
So people were so upset about how long and terrible this is. I haven't seen it, because Coco doesn't come out here till like March or something, I don't know. But apparently it's 23 minutes, which is insanity.
No.
That... Who let that happen, you know? That's crazy. So I'm glad they pulled it.
When's Frozen 2 coming out?
2019.
Damn it.
Yeah. I need my Frozen fix. But so, I mean, it does star our favorite man, the Gad.
The Gad.
But,
God.
So how can it be bad? But...
Oh, the rhyming.
But
Rick Grimes.
But I'm
very... Walking Dead reference right there.
I'm very happy they pulled it. Great.
Pull the plug.
Pull the plug on Gad. Now, I would like to remind you, before we get into this piece of news, that there are time codes down in the description so you can skip around, because this is completely irrelevant, and we never talk about this kind of thing, but we thought this time we might as well, because we're both, I think I'm more than you, but we're both quite, like, invested in the YouTube community kind of scene.
I think I'm much more invested than you.
I mean, you watch a lot more Scarce. I do. So, again, you can skip to the next thing if you want, because this is not movie-related, but we just want to talk about it because it's interesting to us at least. YouTube Rewind 2017.
God, it's
pretty terrible. It's really bad.
In the free lesson where I waited for you, right? I watched.
What, no one is gonna know what that means.
But
when I didn't take biology this year.
Basically, I watched YouTube Rewind from 2012.
That was the first one.
Yeah, 2012 up to basically up. All of them, right? That's what I spent my time doing. Wow. And God, it used to be so good. Even last year's was okay, I think.
I thought last year's was really bad.
Last year's was all right.
2012, great. Maybe it's just because I'm growing up and like I just don't find this as interesting
2014 anymore. And 15 were also really good.
I don't really remember them, but
I think
I think.
What?
Why are we ranking these? Why are we ranking YouTube Rewind? 2012 and 2013 were great. And then 2014, 2015 were fine. I like at the end of 2015 they had like the like 10 years of YouTube kind of thing. That was fun. And then 2016 I thought was pretty bad. And then this is just
such garbage.
Now,
especially because the best
part of it is KSI.
with a fidget spinner.
That's the best part of your video. You know there's a problem. Look, you know what? I just want to say all of these are jokes. If you ever want to invite me to YouTube Rewind someday, YouTube, I loved it. It was really, really cool and fun and good time. Now back to the jokes. It's just.
You think we'll ever get invited to YouTube Rewind?
We.
This podcast.
You.
Don't put yourself down, man.
But, like, it's just. First of all, and I guess I can't blame this on the thing. I guess it's just my own fault. I do not know. I didn't recognize a vast majority of the people there. And like,
I recognize maybe like 10 of them.
And I'm like quite into them.
And I am the master YouTuber.
And I don't forget a face. But like, and I feel like I know quite a lot about.
The problem is clearly the video, not me.
But like, that's fine. You know, they want to branch out into different kind of stuff. That's totally fine. But it's just it's so like I saw someone say this. It's the definition of playing it safe. You know, like there are no risks. There's nothing slightly like interesting except for KSI with a fidget spinner, which is very interesting. Also, it opens. I put this out on Twitter. It opens with my favorite YouTuber, Stephen Colbert, who is not a YouTuber. That like last year it opened with The Rock.
Well, they are YouTubers technically.
They're not.
They've got YouTube
technically,
channels.
anyone who uploads on YouTube is a YouTuber, but like that's not who should like open YouTube Rewind. You know.
Did it open?
Also, why am I so upset about this? That's not how this should work.
I should be the one to start the Rewind because I don't forget a face.
But like
they had Jimmy Fallon in it. In 2014,
but like
I think.
very briefly. And like if they're in there quickly, John Oliver, whatever, who cares? It's fine. But Colbert is like.
Colbert's a symbol.
For
freedom and peace.
I love Stephen Colbert, but he's not like the face of YouTube, you know. And also, hilarious. PewDiePie wasn't in it.
Yeah.
The biggest. I mean, I guess they want to get away from like the Nazi stuff, and also he said the N-word. That's probably. But still.
Still, come on.
He's the biggest creator. It's kind of ridiculous that you don't have him in the video. And also they have like a really cheesy like.
DeFranco.
Oh yeah, DeFranco snuck in there somehow. DeFranco snuck onto the set. They have like a really cheesy like 2017 was so bad, but now look at all these pretty people holding hands and smiling, and let's unite. It's like what are you doing?
The world is horrible.
What are you doing, DeFranco? Clearly that was DeFranco's idea. So
DeFranco's idea was to not invite PewDiePie.
I'm pretty sure they had PewDiePie and then they replaced him with DeFranco.
And DeFranco hated it.
But like also like iDubbbz wasn't there. I don't know.
Has he ever been in it?
No. I think it's like it's just like the most brand safe like
Logan Paul.
Yeah.
He's Jake Paul.
Oh my god, that's
great.
awful. Yeah, and they have like the Eclipse, very funny. Little sneaky Casey Neistat in there.
Oh, very sneaky.
We sound like very hateful people here, but we are. Again, KSI with a fidget spinner, quite good. The rest is just like
that'll make anyone hateful.
The rest is just it's so bland. It's so like just nothing. And I guess the same could be said for the earlier ones, but the thing is now like it's shifted on YouTube. Like it's not that kind of stuff anymore. Like there's the stuff like H3H3 and iDubbbz and PewDiePie and that kind of stuff. Yeah. That's like the stuff that's
the new in. That's the new now.
We know stuff. We're cool. And like this is just anyway. Enough about YouTube Rewind. All right, moving on.
Now, why is Disney buying Robin Hood?
Disney. So we talked about this, I think, last time. Disney. There was a deal that Disney might be purchasing Fox or like absorbing them or something, and now apparently that's going through, or that there should be an announcement next week. And I think it is actually happening because now the actors are starting to make jokes about it. Like Chris Evans was like, "What if there was can I get a Captain America Human Torch spinoff here?" And not Deadpool, what's it? Ryan Reynolds was like, we should uncork the sexual tension between Deadpool and Mickey Mouse. So that's pretty good. But so I'm pretty sure it's happening. And there are like two sides to this, I'd say. One side is, hey, it's cool that like we're going to get to see these crossover and all that. But the other side is also, it's like a big, I guess we're not going to talk about this as much, not because it's not as important, but just because it's less interesting to talk about in here. But also now, then Disney kind of has like a monopoly on like the movie industry, and it kind of...
They own Marvel, right?
Yeah, they own Marvel, Star Wars, and then if they own Pixar, and then if they get Fox, then they have like pretty much...
What else is there? Universal?
I think there's Universal, and there's Warner Brothers. And Paramount, but no one gives a shit about Paramount.
What a dab.
Sorry, Tom Cruise, who probably makes his Mission Impossible movies there. But competition is always a good thing in like industry, right? Is that?
That's just you.
Yeah, but like, because that means people will try to make like better stuff to one up each other, so the consumer gets a better product. And I don't take business class. However, I'm a bit of an expert. I watch The Office.
They're gonna embargo them.
But so that's not great. But again, though, we may see a Human Torch Captain America spinoff.
And we may get a Disney Mickey Mouse via Deadpool /
fanfiction erotic. Very nice.
Very nice.
So
one absent YouTuber to the YouTube rewind would say,
very nice. Also, it might kind of hurt Fox's creative, because now their stuff is like more creative with Deadpool and Logan and that kind of stuff. Mm-hmm. So I would like to see that continue. So I don't know. We'll see what happens. There'll probably be an announcement next time. So Bryan Singer was fired from the Bohemian Rhapsody Queen biopic he was making because he just didn't show up. Like, he just didn't show up to set.
What has Bryan Singer made?
The first 2 X-Men movies, X-Men Days of Future Past, Jack the Giant Slayer.
Oh, I watched that. That's actually very good.
Superman Returns.
I didn't watch that.
So he was making it. Also, he was apparently getting into fights with the star Rami Malek, Mr. Robot, and he threw something at him or something. I don't know. I just skimmed the article.
I love that guy.
Bryan Singer.
No, it's Brian Shouter.
Stop it. Also, he's been accused of some stuff before, and he doesn't really do.
Go into detail.
No, he doesn't do a lot of publicity anymore. Anyway, he just didn't show up to set one day, which was weird. And apparently, it's because a parent was sick or something like that. But he was fired from the film, also because he's been behaving unprofessionally. Apparently, it's all gossip. I don't know. Who cares? I hope your mom's okay, Singer. Unless you did do those things that you were accused of, in which case,
go fuck yourself, Bryan Singer's mom.
So let's not delve into that. But he's being replaced by the director of Eddie the Eagle, which is an okay movie.
The actual Eddie the Eagle.
The actual Hugh Jackman, which is an okay movie, which is the best part is clearly Hugh Jackman. Like, I know we joke about how Jackman's the best person. He kind of is. But he is also the best part of that film. Also, when we say Jackman's the best person, we're not really joking. He does seem like the greatest person.
He is a very nice guy.
But he's great in that. There's a part in Eddie the Eagle where he's like, Eddie, you can't steal stuff. Or we can't.
That's it. Eddie, you can't steal stuff.
It's something like, Jackman said something like, oh, we can't steal anything. We got to take this nicely, whatever. And then he picks up a pair of aviators. And Taron Egerton is like, what about those? And Jackman looks in the mirror and he puts on the aviators like, oh, me? I'm stealing these. And then music starts playing and a montage starts. It's really good.
I don't remember that.
You haven't seen it.
I have seen Eddie the Eagle.
Really?
Yeah, like twice.
Why?
What? It's so good.
You watch it the first time and say, oh, I must have missed something in there. Also, there's a part where Jackman has a fake
erotic
orgasm.
Scene? What?
Well, where he's like,
I was joking.
think of like a sexy lady, and then he thinks of, I believe, Bo Derek, and then he's like,
who's Bo Derek?
Some celebrity from the 80s, I assume. I don't know. I'm not old.
It sounds like a guy.
I'm sure Bo Derek is a woman. Or else it's a guy Jackman thought about, which is fine as well.
Which, yeah, now you just hate him.
Anyway, so he's going to be doing the Bohemian Rhapsody movie. Fine. It's not like Edgar Wright or anything where Bryan Singer has like a distinct style. He just makes serviceable films. Except for, well...
I was just a passive-aggressive rant about Bryan Singer. It's not like he makes anything special.
I love X-Men Days of Future Past, and the first 2 are pretty fun, but like, he doesn't have like a distinct style. Like, Days of Future Past, I feel like could have been made by anyone,
It's like Adam Sandler.
I could have made that. Did you just say it's like Adam Sandler?
No. Could have been made.
So yeah, he doesn't. I don't think he has a like distinct. I'm not saying Days of Future Past could have been made by anyone, but I'm saying you don't watch a movie and say, oh, that's a Bryan Singer movie right there.
I do.
I do often. Jack the Giant Slayer. Stood up and screamed, now that's my boy Singer. So yeah, sure, whatever. Fine. Okay, so we have 2 pretty big pieces of news here. Now, the Jurassic World 2 trailer.
Or as we like to call it, the Jurassic World. The Jurassic World.
I'm gonna correct that.
How do we pronounce this?
Jurassic World 2 trailer has not come out when we're recording this. We record these on a Thursday.
Check again.
No, it's coming out tonight. I guarantee it's not out.
Check again.
Because also we live in Denmark, so time zones kind of make it difficult. But so the Jurassic World 2 trailer is not out. It will be by the time this goes up.
So we're sorry.
We're sorry.
Can we make predictions on what we think will happen?
Okay, I predict Chris Pratt will run like a Muppet, like he did in that one thing. I haven't watched like the 50 billion trailer teasers they put out, but I saw on Instagram that one where Chris Pratt is running like a Muppet.
Run! So yeah, it's really bad.
Yeah, just put out the trailer. Don't put like it's one thing to put out like this Thursday. There's a trailer coming. It's another thing to put out like 16 of them. It's insane.
In a few hours.
In 5 minutes.
Get ready.
So I bet Chris Pratt will run, and there will be a dinosaur, and there will be a T-Rex, and probably a baby raptor. Very good.
I think there'll be some. I don't think the bad guy. Okay, it's not the bad guy. But the main problem in the story will be a dinosaur this time. I think it'll be some
corporation
or some natural.
We're also gonna see some Goldblum.
Some Goldblum.
I love Goldblum.
Anyways, let me contain myself. I think it's gonna be some natural disaster or something, and then they're gonna try to save the dinosaurs.
That sounds like Rampage.
That sounds like George. Do I smell George?
Oh God!
I think I smell. That's a whiff of George.
It's a whiff of The Rock. I'm sure the Jurassic World 2 trailer is mind blowing. We haven't seen it. Have fun. That's me talking to Pratt. That's my message to Pratt. All right, now the big news of the week, the big guns, Avengers: Infinity War, and all the stuff that came with it. First, there were some Vanity Fair covers and pictures.
Vanity Fair always sounds like such a Oh God.
Someone just honked at us.
It sounds like a Playboy kind of thing. Vanity Fair.
All right. No, but
it
fine.
does a little bit.
So I say it does. So there were some covers with the characters, which is nice, and then there was this giant like spread of all the 67 characters on white backgrounds. Do you see that?
No.
Wait, let me just.
Thank God.
It's a weird photo shoot. It's in front of a totally white Mac commercial-esque background, which is
maybe I've seen it. It's like Hawkeye posing.
He's probably there. Yeah. This kind of thing.
Oh, I didn't see those.
A bunch of these. It's there were those where I thought it was weird how they were all there. It was cool to see all of them, but with the white background, it looked kind of strange. I don't know. Doctor Strange one would say. Very good. That's all. Whatever. Then the Infinity War poster was quote unquote leaked by Tom Holland. Now look, I get probably everyone knows that this is fake, but I saw some comments like, "Oh, I can't believe Tom Holland did this. What a guy." It's it's so
what a boy.
It's so obviously fake. So basically, Tom Holland is kind of God. I can't.
He's
words.
kind of.
He's notorious for leaking Marvel secrets.
Is he?
Yeah, they wouldn't give him a full script for Infinity War because they thought he might tell people what it was about. So they
Tom, you shitty person.
There's an interview with him and Cumberbatch where Cumberbatch's like, "I'll do the talking." It's pretty good. But so then they're kind of playing on the meme, where then he goes on his live stream and he's like, "I got this box from Mark Ruffalo. I wonder what's in it." It's a bomb.
It's Mark.
It's Mark's head. And he opens it and he's like, "Whoa, look at this new poster for Avengers: Infinity War." And then he reads a note and it says "Don't show this to anyone." He's like, "Oh crap." I'm pretty sure it's meant to be obviously fake, but just for the people.
But Tom's such a good actor.
And other people were like, "Oh, Tom, how could he do this again?" It's come on. Mark Ruffalo would never send him a package. Mark Ruffalo would never talk to him. And then
Mark would associate with fools like Tom.
And also because Mark Ruffalo accidentally streamed the first 15 minutes of Thor Ragnarok. Because he's such a fool.
How does one do that?
I don't know. He was streaming for the premiere and then he put it in his pocket and I guess didn't turn it off. But he's
why? How do you? I don't even know how to stream.
Ruffalo.
When he screams, Ruffalo.
When he found the phone was on, he just yelled, "Ruffalo!" Audience applauded. Anyway, so that's whatever. The poster's fine. It's just the Avengers logo in space. Great. Good view, Tom Holland. We have some more Tom Holland news in a little bit. Well, personal news. And then
you came by the other day.
Well, we'll talk about it. And then yeah, you know what I'm up to. Then the actual trailer came out, and it's pretty spectacular. So, thanks for taking the biggest mouthful of chips that you possibly could have. You idiot. How did the... Okay. So, Infinity War trailer. It's, God, this is so distracting. It's pretty fantastic. We watched it in the middle of class because it came out and we're such rebels.
Yeah.
We're such podcast rebels. And it was...
Anything for the fans, I say.
Screw chemistry. It was...
Oh, it was.
It was. See, I remember things.
Yeah, I've got an elephant brain up here.
I remember a face. And it is amazing.
It was okay.
You're okay. I am amazing. Just overall, first of all, it's the most viewed trailer within 24 hours with 230 million views. And
oh my god, that's amazing.
It is pretty amazing. It beat out It, which had like 170 million.
What?
So that's good. And I think it's well deserved because it is. I mean, there was so much.
It's a good trailer, but like, come on.
But there was so much hype around it that
it's
pretty amazing that it could like. I think it lived up to the hype, which was enormous. I will say the thing that like stood out to me immediately afterwards, very weirdly enough, was the music. Because it's the. I have so much weird nostalgia for the. What? What? Thank you for that acapella. Because
I'm in Pitch Perfect 4.
I have lots of nostalgia for that like main Avengers theme, and so it was really cool to hear it all like all majestic, you know.
On the what?
All majestic.
Oh. All right.
Yeah. So the most tweeted about moment from the trailer was
it hashtag whose suit or something like that?
No. What?
Like, because everyone's like, who's in the Iron Man suit?
No one. That was like a very niche market.
Wait, no. Was it? Give me a hint.
And
don't say the whole thing because you often do that. You prick.
Well, I need to think of a good hint. Think, Sneaky Evans.
Hashtag.
It's about his beard, all right.
Hashtag.
There was no hashtag.
Hashtag November.
No.
Hashtag
No Movember. It was just people were tweeting about it.
What?
Yeah. What a disappointment. And people were also talking about the Guardians at the end. That was a great reveal, but it also, oh god, Jesus, I just opened a water bottle and it exploded. Anyway,
didn't realize I had that much raw strength in my feet.
the Guardians reveal was great, but imagine how like amazing that would have been if we didn't know they were in this, you know?
You're so invested. I don't care.
Well, I am so invested. Are you kidding me? I love these movies.
I just can't wait.
I'm more invested than I should
Treasure
be.
Planet 2 comes out.
Oh my god.
You disgust me.
Also, don't talk to me about franchises you're invested in. When you're invested in the freaking Pirates of the Caribbean,
that is the best franchise
and or
ever.
Grown-Ups universe.
Don't even mess with the grown-ups. They'll mess with you right back. That's the slogan.
Well, how do we get to Grown-Ups every episode? For me, and I didn't mention this in my trailer breakdown, but calling it a breakdown is generous, by the way. It's more just me pointing out things that happen.
And then the Hulk is there, and then
it's crazy.
It's Star-Lord.
The thing is it just me, or does Chris Pratt look weirdly CGI in that shot, or like weirdly, like weirdly fake? I don't know. He doesn't look like Chris Pratt. He looks like not too skinny, but like
Tupac.
Too like I don't know. He looked weird.
Did he? I honestly didn't get a good look.
I don't care, guys. I'm too much of a rebel.
I feel like you just sat there staring at Chris Pratt.
There's something wrong
30
here.
minutes. Bro, what
is
Pratt,
that?
You hear me, brother?
Pratt, are you in there? You know, let's just look through the trailer.
Wink once if you're there.
He winks 5 times. Let's just look at the trailer a little bit through by through. Oh god,
you just disliked
I
it.
just accidentally disliked it. So Tony Stark's crying. Do you think someone's gonna die there? People are saying maybe Spider-Man's gonna die.
I was thinking that maybe he's not that emotionally invested in Spider-Man.
I think no one gives a f about Spider-Man.
He leaks everything. I feel like it's not his hand he's clutching there.
No, it's someone else's, definitely, yeah. You fool. I think someone's definitely gonna die for real, and I think someone's gonna die and then come back from like the time stone. Also, there's potentials like for time travel and flashbacks here.
There's some people we know who can't be killed, right?
Yeah, Ant-Man's not gonna die.
And Doctor
God
Strange.
damn it. Yeah.
And Black
Panther. But like the old Avengers. are probably gonna. I think Tony Stark is definitely gonna die in this, or Captain America, like in one of these two Avengers films. Just because you have a vendetta against Ruffalo for streaming that part of Ragnarok one time.
What about Scarlet?
She might die, actually. But then also, some of them might be Skrulls for the next film, like aliens that can shapeshift. Doesn't matter. You look at me like I'm such a nerd right now.
I'm avoiding your gaze.
I'm too cool. We've talked about this at length, but someone's gonna go. Also, we talk about this in a later episode of the pod, which we'll talk about later.
Oh, jeez, there's so many
connections. We see naked Ruffalo,
shirtless Ruff,
and Wong's finally back.
Oh my god.
Also, is it just me, or do those energy shields that the Doctor Strange people have, do those seem like wildly ineffective? Like, they seem like they could be broken very easily.
They don't.
Look at Wong. He doesn't. What are you doing, Wong?
Yeah.
Strange is looking over at him like, what are you doing?
Wong's like, yeah, this will stop the Hulk.
I got this. So I'm guessing Hulk gets like thrown down by Thanos and hits Earth.
Yeah.
I hope
Thor gets sent into space.
Yeah, and then he meets up with the Guardians, and I think Loki dies. Because you don't see him anywhere else, like in the trailer or probably in the movie.
Or maybe they're doing the thing where they CGI them out.
They might. A little Sunday in there for you.
Little Sunday reference there.
But I'm pretty sure how it's going to go is it's going to open, or one of the first scenes is going to be spoilers for Ragnarok. Thanos bursts into the new like Asgard ship.
And then
he kills a bunch of Asgardians. And then he messes up Thor. Thor goes to space, gets thrown into space. Hulk gets punched to Earth, lands in Doctor Strange's house, and then
what a coincidence! Think about it.
Yeah, I hope Doctor Strange like guides him there or something, because otherwise that's the most coincidental thing that's ever happened. And then I think Loki. There are two theories out there. The one I originally said was because if you remember the Avengers, it's Thanos who gives Loki like the army and like brings him back to life basically, or like saves him from outer space. And so he's like, but don't mess this up, because otherwise Thanos is gonna totally kill you. And then he messes it up. So I'm assuming Thanos is gonna be like, hey, I'm here to kill you. And then you see later in the trailer, Loki like offers up the Tesseract.
Maybe like in exchange for his life.
Yeah, exactly.
He's gonna get killed anyway.
Yeah, and then Thanos is gonna be like, oh, thank you. And then he's gonna kill Loki, and then the audience is gonna be like, oh, look, Thanos is a bad guy. The other theory is that
oh, gee whiz.
Thanos is about to kill Thor, and then out of compassion for his brother, Loki offers up the Tesseract. He's like, no, don't kill him, take this. And then
that might be it, actually.
That might be it. I think the other one, though, because Loki's always so tricky. I mean, at the end of the last one, he was pretty good, I think, but he's always such a trickster. I think he would do it for his own life more. And then Thanos is so going to kill him anyway. It's going to be like, he's going to take it, there's going to be a moment where you think, like, everything's good. Loki's going to kind of sigh of relief, and then he's going to, like, punch his head off or something. That'd be great. Just send Tom Hiddleston's head flying.
Thor kicks it. Go along, Thanos.
We have a human vision.
That looks really bad.
Probably, maybe after getting it's either after getting the stone taken out, even though it looks like the stone's right in his face, or I think it's Scarlet Witch maybe doing some magic to like make it look like he's human, so she can like him more, I guess. I don't know. Over the top of all this, we have the Avengers kind of narrating that Nick Fury speech.
Yeah.
That's pretty good, although I'm assuming that's just for the trailer, not the actual film, because that would be weird and cheesy in the actual movie. I think that's just
You think Nick's going to be in it?
He is. They've confirmed.
Yes.
Also, why do you call him Nick? My boy Nick. Hulk's next to the Hulkbuster. So we see later on the Hulkbuster in action, and the theory I have about how this film is going to end
is that Thor is not what? No.
Thor's in the Hulkbuster because he needs it. Well, first. Let me explain my theory.
Okay.
I put a lot of time into this, about 30 seconds. So it's gonna end, or maybe not end, but like the big final battle is gonna be in two locations. Thanos is gonna be fighting, like Iron Man and the Guardians and
Thor,
and maybe Thor. Oh, maybe Thor died. I don't know. Yeah, Thor's probably with the Guardians. And Spider-Man in like either in space or like there's some weird location we see them here that doesn't look like Earth. I think it could be like another dimension or a planet or something. But I think they go off somewhere that's not Earth. And then back on Earth, outside Wakanda, Captain America and the rest of the Avengers fight like this giant horde of Thanos' minions. Then again, the place where Tony Stark is, that could be on Earth somewhere, and Thanos is just like terraforming it like they do in every movie now. But I hope that's not
a
it.
passive-aggressive little
jab at Justice League. But I hope that's not the case. I hope it's in space. some people said like, oh, I want to see Captain America fight Thanos. I'm sure we might actually get that. I just think in that particular instant.
Yeah.
Because you see exactly those heroes not with each other.
It's gonna end with like
so I think that's
them losing, basically, right?
Maybe. Yeah.
I think so. Like,
who knows?
in the first movie, because it's a two-parter, right?
Well, no, the next movie is like a continuation, but it is said to be like its own standalone film.
Really?
Yeah, or as standalone as these movies get. So that's my theory on how the thing's gonna go. Could be different. I don't know. I'm just throwing it out there. God, I just dropped my water bottle.
Is probably gonna
Buy.
die.
Maybe. I don't know. Who knows?
So.
Who knows at this point? What do you think of Thanos' CGI, by the way? It's not great, is it?
It doesn't look very good.
I mean, any CGI creation is not going to look amazing.
Is he entirely CGI?
I think it's motion capture. Well, he looks better in like Guardians.
He does, yeah.
And
I'll do it myself.
He looks pretty good there. Here, I don't know. People said like he looks amazing. I think he could look a little better. What do you think of Black Widow's blonde?
That looks fine.
I accept it.
I preferred the red though.
We see Tom Holland with his spider sense. We see the new Spider-Man suit at one point. Looks pretty good. Although, spoiler alert for Spider-Man Homecoming. That kind of defeats the whole point of So I'm going to spoil Spider-Man Homecoming here for you.
I've already seen the end.
Okay. Well, at the end, if you haven't seen it, basically the whole movie, Spider-Man wants to be an Avenger, and Tony Stark's like, no, you're such a mess up. I was going to say fuck up, but I felt like I shouldn't. But no, anyway. Well, you can't be an Avenger, and then he goes off and he proves that like he is worth himself even without the Spider-Man suit. And then at the end, Tony Stark is like, all right, here, have this giant metal Spider-Man suit. And he's like, I think I'm going to stay close to the ground. It's like it's a great character moment because it's like shows his progression from the whole film. But then in this one, he's like, f it. I'll take it. So that's a little weird, but also I enjoy this Tony Stark sunglasses removal shot.
Oh, very good.
It's very good. Here I think we see some dead-ass Guardians. Loki offering up the Tesseract. Thanos looks like a big raisin. New Spidey suit. It's pretty good. Frickin' Black Panther says, get this man a shield. Which reminded me of John Wick, and I thought I was the only one, but then I saw a bunch of memes, so I realized I'm not the only one.
Get this man a gun.
That's a pretty good Fishburne. But he says it more loud, but don't, because we have neighbors.
Yeah. I was thinking of them.
Of course, as you always are. Cap beard looks pretty good.
God.
Action looks pretty good.
I hope you get like a 10-minute like scene of
Cap growing out his beard.
Yeah, exactly. Just him sitting still, like. Ooh.
Great action. Great final hero shot of all of them running in Wakanda.
Bucky gets a new arm.
He does. He's out of cryo freeze now, and the music's great. It looks spectacular. I cannot wait. As someone who's followed these films since 2012, as a 10-year-old, I am.
Yeah.
I'll accept. I am beyond excited. I feel like. Any more theories? Yeah, well, we can drop it in at some point when another trailer comes out. Or when the movie comes out. Who knows? But I think it's going to be great. Very much looking forward to it. Now, do you have any final thoughts? While I just look up...
Don't think so.
While I look up Tom Cruise. So we do not have any Tom Cruise planned this week. Okay, so every episode we do what Tom Cruise has been up to. The Tom Cruise. It's getting old.
No, it's not getting old at all.
This is the last Tom Cruise we will be doing for a while, for reasons we will explain later. But let's just see if he's done anything interesting.
Sorry, Cruise, not affected that own thought. Wait, let's read it.
I'm not reading it. Tom Cruise test drives Red Bull.
No.
Kevin.
How a film company got Tom Cruise a Celine Mustang. So Tom Cruise got a Celine Mustang. That's pretty good.
That's pretty insane. This one is not new at all. It's from early November. But I just enjoy the headline. The Jackie Chan versus Tom Cruise battle.
You just said the Jackie Chan.
Yeah, the Jackie Chan.
No, you said the Jackie Chan.
Did I? Yeah. The Jackie Chan. Who do you think would win a fight between Tom Cruise and Jackie Chan?
Clearly Jackie Chan.
Jackie Chan. Well, Jackie Chan's pretty old now.
Yeah. Cruise would just... Well, Cruise is also old, isn't he?
Yeah, it's just two old... It's like the ending of Up. It's two old men breaking their spines or whatever. So, good job, Tom. I said before we did this...
What is this Quentin?
Quentin Tarantino looks quite sickly these days. I said before we did this, I was like, this is the last Tom Cruise we're going to be doing for a while. We should make it a good one. And we have like half-assed this as much as anyone possibly could. But whatever. Just go watch that video of Tom Cruise hitting a brick wall again.
It's so good.
It's so good. So, that has been the news. Now for the announcements. Now we have a pretty big, like, just thing you should know going forward. Freddy's dead.
I'll make sure of it.
So basically, it's the month of December now, in case you didn't notice, and Christmas is coming up, and New Year's, and January, and basically, December and January are incredibly busy months for a lot of people, including us. So
busy bees.
We have a lot of stuff to do, so we are not going to be able to record any podcasts over the
next year
from until early February. Now, we decided we were thinking either just go like we did for summer, just go without a podcast for 2 months, because whatever, or we could torture ourselves and sit in this tiny room
for 3.5 hours
and record 3 podcasts. And so we did. So
we're men of the people.
We are men of the people. So episodes 14, 15, 16 are all pre-recorded. We recorded them last week on December 3rd.
So all news missed.
So and if anything we say in that is contradicted by something that's happened since December 3rd, we're sorry. We did not know.
we so knew.
And what was it? Yeah, so those are not going to have any mini reviews or any news. They're just going to be topics. So that's 3 episodes coming out around Christmas, around New Year's, and then late January. And then February, I think 6th is when we come back with a new episode, like a fresh new episode.
We'll see.
We hope so. So hopefully that'll tide you over, because it was either that or nothing. And we thought, you people, you fools, would
you
jackasses, you Jackmans, would. Oh, we should call our friends the Jackmans. Brentons would appreciate that, or would prefer that. We hope you enjoy that, and I'm sorry that there will be no news. We will not be able to comment on any news that happens over Christmas, but we'll come back with a vengeance in February.
Oh yes.
Unless one of us dies in that time. Knock on wood. So yeah, that's basically the news. Is there anything else about that we need to talk about?
I don't think so.
Yeah, so just be warned. And we also mentioned it there in case you forget. So if you're wondering why didn't they talk about, they're talking about Jurassic World 2, but they're not mentioning anything in the trailer. We didn't see it, as we didn't this time either.
Yeah.
So that's that. Now the other announcement thing, the only other thing I have is, okay, quick backstory here that no one cares about. So every year, the 2 oldest classes in our school go to.
And we're the big boys now.
We are the big boys. We go to a city in Germany called Lübeck, which has a very nice Christmas market. We go there for a day, go around, shop, have a good time. It's a good bit of fun. It's a 4-hour bus ride with people I hate, so that's good. But including you,
especially me.
It's worth it. It's a great fun time. Get to go out with friends to a German Christmas market, which you don't get to do very often, I suspect.
Oh, I do it every weekend.
I know. But you do it alone.
The friends part you got right.
So we were having a great time, and then we get back on the bus, and then someone yells out something like, "Tom Holland is here," on the bus.
And I turned around and he was just there, standing there in all his horrible glory.
But so apparently Tom Holland got to Lübeck, the city we were in.
Got to Lübeck.
Basically a little bit before we
got
on the bus. Oh, okay. So we missed him. We were in the same city as Tom Holland by just sheer coincidence. Was he there for the Christmas market? I don't know. But on his story, he's holding up Spider-Man toys.
We're in the same city as Miss Mikkelsen.
We are. We could probably, our friends.
Wait,
yeah.
No.
Let's go find him. Let's go Mikkelsen hunting. Our friend's dad played tennis with Miss Mikkelsen once. It's pretty neat. Anyway, so we almost met Tom Holland, but we didn't. It was so infuriating. I saw in his story he's sitting there. He's
taking pictures of us. Look at these fools.
Look at BHLs.
I want to say hi, but I'm scared.
He was standing in front of this tower thing that we were just in front of eating some bratwurst.
Was that it?
Probably, I don't know.
Maybe.
But so yeah, that's kind of frustrating. If we'd met him, would we have gone up to take a picture? I mean, we would have. But would he have said yes? That's the bigger question.
Would we have said yes?
Would we have allowed it? So that's just a funny little thing. It's not very funny. It's kind of sad, actually.
It's kind of very depressing.
Okay, so I think that is it for this. Oh, we didn't even make any jokes about how this is our unlucky number 13 pod.
No.
Well, just squeeze them in here at the end. Squeeze as many jokes as you can.
It's coming out on the 13th one is coming out on the Friday. As they all are. Little fun fact for you there. All Fridays are pod days, except for some Fridays,
Every other
which
Friday.
are not Fridays.
It's gone off the rails. So that was the last.
What is it? Poirot's train.
God damn it! Tie it back. So this was the last kind of fresh news centric pod for a while. What are you doing? What are you doing? Anyway,
This is the last fresh pod.
so that's good pod. So we will. You'll hear us in at night.
You'll know. We'll be watching you.
You'll hear us for the next 2 months, but it will not be any
It
news.
won't be us, really. We'll be there physically, but
But not
spiritually.
spirit. But no news, just topics. I hope you enjoy it. So have a great Christmas, although we'll say that next time as well. We do some epic gags.
Some epic Josh gags.
We do. Yeah, I think that'll do it for this time. I hope you enjoyed this episode. You can find me on Microchest. You can find me on YouTube, BHL Hudson, on Twitter and Instagram, BHL_Hudson. Stuff knows, sorry.
Just stuff with his ego.
If you want to email the pod, or me, just say hi. You can do so on bhlhudsonvids@gmail.com. You can find Frederick
At on YouTube, at FDK Gaming, some sick Minecraft tutorials.
You gotta say that every time.
Yeah. And also some Minecraft texture pack tutorials just for you.
Wunderbar.
Wunderbar. And you can find me on Twitter at FDK_DaltSniper, where I post millisecondly.
Also, before we go, I do want to mention the next 3 pods, pod 14, 15, 16, we recorded them in reverse order, so we recorded 16, 15, and then 14, so 14 is going to sound very tired.
And it's going to be really short as well.
It's going to be rushed, and it's going to be awful because we were really tired, and we're just laughing hysterically at the smallest things. There's a lot of Josh Gad references in it. I apologize in advance, but it's the Christmas episode, so you'll forgive us.
Will they?
No. But then it gets better, I assume. So, hopefully. I haven't edited them yet. All right, so I think that is it. Thank you for listening, and we will see you next time.
All
All right. Goodbye.